here behind me is an example of a Winterburn holly. This is a Nellie Stevens holly. Many Nellie Stevens hollies got Winterburn in Pennsylvania this year. This is 2014. We had a very bad, cold winter with lots of winds and many days where the high temperature was in the teens. When you see trees like this, it is something to be concerned about, and you should monitor it. There is a couple things you can do. The first thing to do is, a lot of people like to take off the dead leaves. You don't really have to do that, and sometimes you don't want to do that, because if you take off a leaf that's dead, that you think it may be dead, it actually may not, and may hurt the tree later. The best thing to do is to wait for a little bit later in the spring to see which leaves are actually good and which leaves are actually bad before you remove anything. The next thing you can also look at is that this one here, it has lots of green stems on it. And when you have green stems, there's a chance that the buds may still be alive. So don't remove stems that are green. Wait until later in the spring to see which stems blossom out with new buds and flowers and which stems are actually truly dead. You can see right on this one here, it's just about ready to flower with the flowers of the Nellie Stevens holly. So you don't know how far back where the buds are. Just give it some time and you'll see which buds are alive and which buds are dead. The main idea is, don't panic when you see your plants like this. Give it some time, see how the plant's going to react before you go start ripping out and getting new trees.
And this was a well-established Nellie Stevens, is that correct?
Yes, this was planted in here probably when it was like 4 to 5 feet tall, and it's definitely up to 8, maybe even a little bit up to 9 foot tall. So even if you planted your tree last year, a lot of trees that were planted prior to that had been established and been in the ground also had damages.
Well, thank you, Mike. And what other trees suffered windburn damage this year from the severe winter?
All evergreens suffered this year. It doesn't matter whether it was a spruce, a pine, a holly, a skip laurel, they all got hurt with this really bad wet winter. Just give whatever you see. Sometimes you'll see stuff that loses its needles, some of it doesn't look very good. Whatever it is, just take a look at it and let it do what it's going to do. Don't force something, or don't start cutting until you know what is actually dead.
Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can call Michael at 267-446-2376.
All right, very good.